Hari Om. Gently close your eyes. Your fingers interlaced and placed in front. Your body relaxed. Your back, your neck, your head erect. Attend to your breathing. Your breathing is normal. Next, attend to your mind. Let slowly all the thoughts die away in silence. We will chant the mantra Om, followed by 10 shlokas from the Atma Bodha. Sahana vavatu, sahanam bhunaktu, sahaviryam karavavahai, tejasvinavaditamastu mavet vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti. Om Pratasmarami Hridisam Spuradhatma Tattvam Satchit Sukham Paramaham Sagatim Turiyam Yat Swapna Jagara Sushuptam Avepti Nityam Tad Brahma Nishkalamaham Nacha Bhuta Sangaha. We will chant shlokas 21 till 30 of the Atma Bodha. Dehendriya gunan karmani amale satchidatmani adyasyantya vivekena gagane nilata Ajnanan manasopadehe kartruttvadini chatmani kalpyantem bhugate chandre chalanadiyatham vasaha ragecha sukha dukkhadi buddhau satyam pravartate Sushuptau nasti tannashe tasmad buddhestu natmanaha prakashorkasya to yasya shaityamagneryatoshnata swabhava satchidananda nitya nirmalatatmanaha atmana satchidam shascha buddhir vrittirite dvayam samyojya cha vivekena janamiti pravartate atmano vikriya nasti buddhir bodho न जात्विति जीवः सर्वमलं ज्ञात्वा ज्ञाता द्रष्टेति मुह्यते रज्जु सर्पवदात्मानं जीवो ज्ञात्वा भयं वहेत् नाहं जीवः परात्मेति ज्ञातश्चेद्निर्भयो भवेत् आत्मावभासयत् एकः बुद्ध्यादीनीन्द्रियाण्यपि दीपो घटादिवस्त्वात्मा जडैस्तैर्नावभास्यते स्वबोधे नान्यबोधे च बोधरूपतयात्मनः न दीपस्यान्यदीपे च यथा स्वात्मप्रकाशने निषिद्य निखिलोपादीन् नेति नेतीति वाक्यतः विद्यादैक्यं महावाक्यं जीवात्मपरमात्मनोः So far we have discussed role of faith, not to criticize others or find faults in others. I know attitude, concept of devotion, purpose in life. Do not justify your actions. What toys that bring joys? Desiring versus deserving. Ego and complexes. Objectivity. So these are 10 topics so far we have discussed. The next topic we will be discussing in this session will be B, M and I optimized. BMI stands for the body, the physical body, mind and intellect. Optimized is how to increase the productivity, how we can perform to our optimum capacity, optimum capability. In other words, how to increase our productivity. I had met a chartered accountant long time back. So it was for a seminar on science of productivity. So the chartered accountant told me, we don't manufacture anything here. So what productivity are you talking about? So I would not be interested in this seminar titled Science of Productivity. To which I said, yes sir, obviously you are not manufacturing nuts and bolts here, but unless the individual is productive, functioning to one's optimum capacity, You can't even manage your accounts properly. To balance your debit and credit, you have to be productive. You have to be available there, mentally available. So the science, what is the reason behind the productivity? The fundamental principle involved in human productivity, that will be discussed in this topic here. Just a quick look about what we discussed in the previous topic, objectivity. A person can have a purpose unless the person is objective towards one's ideal, one's purpose. Then a person becomes complacent, stagnant, gets attached, sometimes impulsive. So in that case, the objective is lost. Because of lack of objectivity, a person loses one's objective behavior there. The objective is also lost. The ideal is also not attainable. A general understanding of who a human being is, not in terms of medicine. A human being is a composite personality of spirit and matter. Spirit is the life principle, the enlivening principle, the God principle. Matter is physical body, mind and intellect. I am not bringing in intelligence here. Intelligence is storehouse of information. That principle in the plant kingdom, which makes the plants live. Some principle is there. Makes the seed grow. Is the same principle which makes all the animals move about. Some principle is there in the living being called animal. Eat, sleep, procreate. Some life principle is there in you, in me, and all human beings. The principle is one. The principle in the plants, the principle in animals is the same principle which is making you and me function. This finger is moving up and down like this. If there is life in this finger, if I chop this finger and put it down on the table, it should move, but it will not move. So there is something in the finger, apart from the finger, that makes the finger move. That principle is the life principle, the enlivening principle, the God principle. Whatever name we want to call, we can call it. Matter is physical body, mind and intellect. Spirit to matter is electricity to electrical electronic gadgets. Spirit to matter is petrol to all automobiles. Without electricity, no electrical electronic gadgets can function. I am not bringing in, please don't tell me with the help of a battery we can operate. Get the spirit behind this example here. Without petrol, no vehicle can move. Electricity is the life principle there with regards to all the electrical electronic gadgets. Same way, petrol is the life principle for all automobiles. Similarly, without life principle, the Sanskrit word is Atman. The layman calls it as God. Atman enlivens, animates the physical body to see, to hear, to speak, to move about. It is the Atman which makes the mind feel various emotions. It is the Atman which makes the intellect think. So with reference to the individual, the unit person, the life principle is given the name as, Sanskrit name as Atman. So when you take all human beings, the living beings into consideration, the whole universe into consideration, then we don't use the word Atman there, we use the word Brahman. So Atman and Brahman are one and the same. Atman is, you would have come across the word, these are all synonyms, different names meaning the same. Jivatman, pure consciousness. Turiya, fourth state. God principle, etc. When we are talking about different bodies, for example, causal body, subtle body, and the physical body, the gross body, the term which will be used there, will be either you can say the pure consciousness, which means Atman, the life principle. When we are talking about waking state, dream state, the deep sleep state, then we talk about Turiya, the fourth state. When we are talking about conditioned consciousness, then we refer to pure consciousness. When we are talking about physical body, mind and intellect, then we refer to Atman. When we talk about matter, then we refer to spirit. It is the same meaning but different names in different contexts. When we are talking about the whole world, the whole universe, then we refer to Brahman. So these words which mean, the life principle, it is not interchangeable. So in different contexts, different names are being used. So we should not get confused. What is this pure consciousness? What is this life principle? What is this Atman? What is this Brahman? They all mean the same. The physical body, mind and intellect are inert by nature. There is no life. That's why I give example of this finger. When you cut this finger, you put it down. There is no life there. It's dead matter. That is why when a human being goes to sleep, the physical body is practically dead. The person who is awake is now watching the person who is sleeping now. Either the husband is sleeping or the wife is sleeping. So when the other person is awake, the spouse there says, you slept as a log of wood. There is no movement. Breathing is there. But practically, the person, is almost in a dead man's posture. In yogasana exercise, we talk about shavasana. Shavasana, a dead man's posture. Only the prana is there, breathing is there, breath is going on, up and down, the stomach is going up and down slowly. Sometimes you see the fellow falls off to sleep. He has fallen to sleep. Then the yogasana master chants the mantra Om, and then slowly the person wakes up. So the physical body by itself is inert, no life. Then what gives life to this physical body? Something other than the physical body which makes the physical body move. Let us go step by step. What I see, so you are watching me now in this video here. You are only seeing the physical body. My head is moving, my mouth is moving, my hand is moving, my body at times is moving. So that which is tangible to me, to you, is this physical body. 5 minutes back we said this physical body is equivalent to a dead matter. Then what is it that makes the physical body move at present as this talk is going on? Some desire to talk, some desire to express the thought, to share knowledge about who the human being is. So when we are talking about the desire, you are only seeing the physical body, you are not seeing the desire. The desire is intangible. You can't see where the desire is. Like how you are seeing the physical body, like how you see my eyes, you see my ears, etc. So now this physical body What is it? It is constituted of the five senses: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and touch the skin. These are called organs of perception, jnana indriyas. And then hands, your limbs, ability to speech, organ of procreation, and organ of evacuation. So they are also five in number, which are termed as the organs of action, karma, organ indriyas. So jnana indriyas, five in number, and karma indriyas, again five in number. Totally 10 organs are there, which is called here as the physical body. Hope I am clear. Now I am seeing, purposely I am not getting into the discussion of Atman. I am not getting into the discussion of life principle. We are going from the gross element to the subtle element. So that which I see, you see, is the physical body. First, let us explain this physical body first. There is that the eyes has to live. For the eyes to live, it needs some food, ahara. What is the food for the eyes? The color and the form from the external world is the food, ahara, for the eyes to live. So we can call here that color and form as the external stimuli. Again here, the external stimuli can vary from gross to subtle. So for the gross person here, the physical body here, the fellow needs gross stimuli from the external world in the form of color and form. I can't explain in detail. Demeaning, vulgar, very base color and form. That is required for as ahara for the gross person through which the eyes see. Same thing with the ears, etc. The sound, whatever it is. So now from the gross demeaning color and form, as we proceed subtler and subtler, then a person, one of the invocatory prayer beautifully talk about Badram karne shriniyama devaha Badram pashe makshabir ejatraha sthirairangai sushtuvang stastanubihi veshema devaritam yadayu. So let my eyes see auspicious things. The subtle form of the physical eye. Let my ear hear auspicious sound, as against demeaning, vulgar, base, color and form, sound, smell, taste, touch, etc. You go subtler and subtler. In cricket, the game called cricket, where the fellow bowls, you have various gradation. Whether the bowler is right-handed or left-handed. We say right arm fast, right arm medium fast. Meaning the fellow can throw the ball fast, throw the ball medium first. Right arm medium. Medium slow. Slow medium. Right arm slow. Whichever arm it is. There is no middle arm. Then spin. Even in that field of sport, gradations are there. Same way here, from gross to subtle, various gradations are there. Friends, this physical body, which is housing the 5 organs of perception and the 5 organs of action, are unique in nature. What do you mean by unique here? The eyes see. Eyes can't hear. The ears hear. Ears can't smell. How terrible it will be. The nose smell, can't taste. Unique functions, operations. The tongue tastes. The tongue can't see. The tongue can't hear. The skin touch. Outstanding, unique operations, functions. The mind feels. Mind can't think. The intellect thinks. Intellect can't feel. Unique operation, unique function. Coming back to our discussion, the physical body is performing action. What is driving this physical body to perform that action? The desire is performing the action through a physical body. So this physical body by itself is insentient, inert by nature. There is no life. The desires, whether it is selfish desire or unselfish desire or selfless desire, is not the question here. It propels the physical body to perform that action. So the desire is the engine which is driving the physical body to perform any action. What is driving the desire to perform that physical action? We say it is the thought which is propelling the desire. It is the thought which has become the desire, and it is the desire which is making the physical body function. So what is this thought here? What is the origin of thought? We can understand physical action. We can understand desire through the expression of the physical body. We can understand a thought expressed as desire, expressed as physical action. So physical action can be understood, desire can be understood, thought also can be understood. Then the origin of thought, source of thought, we don't know. The Mahatmas, the great individuals in the past, they said the source of thought is vasana. Some source has to be there. Some name has to be given. Since we do not know what that source is, they gave the name as vasana. The reason why we don't know the source of thought is, imagine you have a vessel and you are holding the vessel with the tongue. One end of the tongue is being held by the finger, which is holding the tongue. The other end of the tongue is holding the vessel. Is it possible to hold the very finger which is holding the tongue, to hold the finger here? You have a telescope. With the help of that instrument called telescope, your eyes can see any other object. But is it possible to see the very eye with which you are seeing? Can the telescope see the very eye which is seen? The finger is the source, the tongue is the instrument. So the tongue cannot hold the very finger which is holding it. Same way, the thought is the product of some source. So this product cannot understand what that source is. I don't know whether I am making it clear to you all or not. That vasana is the very seed of thought, desire and action. Since that vasana, the Sanskrit word vasana is translated in English, there is no equivalent here, English translation. It is equally, loosely translated as fragrance, innate tendency, urge, etc. So one fellow is doing business. So if we say he has business desires to perform, to do business, he has those desires. Thought of business is there. So that vasana to do business is there. We go backwards. A fellow is playing a sport. Desire to play a particular sport has risen from thought to play that particular sport, has risen from that source, vasana, to play that sport. Same thing, the positive side and the negative side. Everything has got that source. So now this physical body by itself cannot act unless it is backed by the desire. The desire by itself cannot stand unless it is backed by the thought. The thought by itself cannot stand unless it is backed by the vasana, the source. If anybody is following me logically here, then a question will be asked, then what is the source of vasana? What is backing that vasana? There is no another vasana. Source of this vasana is another vasana. Is nothing like that. It's again a hazy area. If we are able to understand, think in this lifetime, what is happening to the physical action, driven by the desire, driven by the thought, then intelligently postulate what that source could be, cause could be. So we can say that effect is the gross action and source is the desire. Desire becomes the effect, thought becomes the cause. Thought becomes the effect, vasana becomes the cause. That vasana is unknown, inexplicable. Since that vasana is inexplicable, cannot be explained, something which is not known, that English word is ignorance, the Sanskrit word is avidya. Therefore, Atmabodha wonderfully puts it, Shankara wonderfully says, action, desire and thought has risen from avidya, ignorance. So the very action that a person performs has risen from that avidya, ignorance of self. Some source has to be there. Without the source, how is it possible that vasana can exist? For the physical body to exist, the desires has to exist. For the desire to exist, the thought has to exist. For the thought to exist, vasana has to exist. Something has to exist there. Something other than the thought, the source. For the very vasana to exist, something other than the vasana should exist. Now this vasana itself is unknown. Now there is second unknown. It is not U1, U2. The name given is Atman, Brahman. I did not give his name, you did not give his name, or anybody, those who lived just 100 years back did not give his name. Those people, those who have been, the long time back, those who have done the research on this findings, they have given the name as Atman. From the personal experience now the name has been given. Something in mathematics is unknown. That unknown is given the name as, how do you start the problem? Let unknown be x. X is not the final answer. Use the laws of arithmetic, then ultimately you derive at what x is. Volume of cuboid or volume of cube. I think it is length into breadth into height. Length is unknown, breadth is unknown, height is unknown, cuboid, the volume is known. Then how do you find LBH? The other terms have to be given. Then you can find one unknown term. Now you said let that unknown length is x. And breadth, height and volume is given. Use the laws of arithmetic. Then ultimately you say x is equal to so much. Then that length is equal to so much. That's how you derive it. Initially that unknown was x. Same way that unknown, which is